Very good evening. Thank you for joining this demonstration class on accessibility testing. Can anyone quickly confirm if I am audible clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you very
I can.
much. Thank you very much. And if anyone has, if anyone is experiencing audio issues from my side, please unmute and let me know, or you can put it on the chat as well. Uh, sometimes we cannot avoid the technical difficulties, but I'm sure none of those difficulties will arise now. Okay, I am able to see close to 24 participants, including me, of course. Okay, so once again, thank you everyone for joining this demonstration class. And let me give a quick overview about my profile, and so that you guys know to whom you are speaking to and who is going to be a trainer. So, well, I'm Kiran, and I'm the trainer for accessibility testing course. To talk a little bit about my profile, I have around 18 years of experience in the software testing industry, and I had worked in the capacity of test manager, testing director, practice head for QA, in couple of MNCs, and in fact, right now also I'm working as QA director for one of the MNCs here in Hyderabad. I keep traveling, to different client locations to help them understand the testing practices, competency centers, and help them set up the testing center of excellences in their organization. And my expertise spans across the manual testing, mobile app testing, automation testing of APIs, using tools like Rest Assured, Postman, SOAP UI tool, Catalan Studio, Ready API tool, Insomnia Tailend, and then automation testing of the web-based applications using tools like Selenium or Catalan Studio. Then performance testing of applications using tools like Jmeter, Gatling, and security testing of applications using tools like Burp Suite, Zap tool, Sneak tool, Nmap tool, SQL map, Metasploit, Kali Linux, etc., etc. And of course, I work on the DevOps side as well with tools such as Git, GitHub, GitLab, Jenkins, Bitbucket, SourceTree. And of course, the very important thing is accessibility testing, which is one of the non-functional testing. So I have also delivered a couple of training programs on accessibility testing to so many of my clients and so many of corporate organizations and some public batches the way I'm doing right now. So that's a very high level introduction about my profile. And also to add to it, apart from doing these public batches, whatever I'm doing right now, I focus mostly on the corporative trainings to organizations across the length and breadth of India. Overall, in my career, I have trained close to 300 plus corporate MNCs in India and outside India, and thus benefiting close to 6,000 or 6,000 plus corporate employees. And coming to the retail batches, I have done close to maybe 100 plus corporate batches I have done. I mean, retail batches like this. Across automation testing of APIs, then automation testing of browser-based applications, meaning web applications, performance testing, security testing, DevOps, and then accessibility testing. So that's a very high-level introduction about my profile. I could see now 24 participants, excluding me. Thank you once again, everyone. And in this day zero class, which is our demonstration class, it is all about understanding your requirements, your expectations on accessibility testing, and also help you guys understand what we teach at Isha Training Solutions for accessibility testing and what sort of notes will be shared with you, and any other common questions that you have, feel free to ask me in today's class. Today, we may not be doing anything practicals with regards to accessibility testing because it's more of an introductory session to help you understand what is there in the store, what do I teach, and what are the key takeaways for you. And accordingly, you guys can take a very wise decision on enrollment of the course. I'll share my screen and one of you please confirm once my screen share is visible. Yep, I'm sharing my screen. Is the screen share visible for everyone?
Yeah, Kiran. Yes, visible.
Yeah. So whatever course curriculum I'm showing to you guys right now, it's available on our website, ishatrainingsolutions.org. I have given the link on the chat. Maybe you can bookmark it so that later you can read and figure out what is the course curriculum we have. And so to tell at a very high level, this course will be for close to 1 month, I would say. Monday to Friday are the timings, and 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST is the standard time, meaning the timings that you have joined now is the time reserved for accessibility testing Monday to Friday. No classes on Saturdays, no classes on Sundays. And maybe you can, once to come here, you will come to know a couple of points about me and what do we have in the course, what are the tools I'm going to use in this course, that is also highlighted. The cost of the course is also pretty much transparent here, 6,900 rupees. And the previous batch of students, what do they have to say about our training program? You can see our live comments here. And what I'll do is I'll show the same content in a document file. I feel it readable here. The same curriculum is what we have put forward on our website as well. So coming to the course curriculum, I have divided this into two chapters, I would say. I mean, this is actually for corporate training. I mention it as 2 days, but this is for 1 month for us because we train you guys on a daily basis for 1 hour kind of thing. So ignore this day one, day two. And whatever I'm going to teach you in this course, 70% of it is going to be practicals, 30% being theoretical. Okay. Now, why are we talking more on theory is because you need to understand the WCAG guidelines. You need to understand certain concepts of usability testing and accessibility testing, where I'll walk through a small document that I have prepared. And then we will do practicals on it, which constitutes nearly 70%, okay, of the entire course program. And all the tools that I'm going to show practically in this course are open source tools, meaning they are free tools. There is no license cost involved, and you guys are going to, put your hands getting practiced at multiple tools, not one or two tools. We will look at nearly 10 different tools available in the market, sometimes 10, sometimes 11, depending on things. So let's dive into what I teach in this course. So if you look at chapter 1 here, I'm highlighting few points here. I hope my screen share is visible clearly. Anyone has any pointers here to comment, like the screen share not visible or font is not visible?
No, it's good. Yeah.
Okay. See, on the go-to meeting, if someone says, my screen is coming very small, on the top right corner, you can click on these three dots and then click on toggle to full screen. Then the entire screen comes up. Okay. Okay. There are a couple of messages I'm seeing here. Okay, Afek says my voice is breaking. Is it better now, Afek? And the rest of the folks, is my voice better for you guys, or you are experiencing any breakages? Okay,
Yeah, it's a bit shaking for me, Karan. I don't know about the others.
okay. How about others? Can anyone comment? Is my voice clear to you, or is it breaking?
No, it's clear.
Okay. So Afek, maybe one suggestion: if you are on speaker, try earphones. If you are already on earphones, try the speaker mode, or just try to join on the mobile. Just try it out.
Sure.
Sure. And there is a message from Ravi. Ravi, I understood your message. You are interested in weekend sessions, but unfortunately, this program is being conducted on a weekdays only, Monday to Fridays. But I have a suggestion for you. Maybe you can work with our team in the backend, Isha team, and you can purchase the recorded videos, meaning the live class videos you can purchase if you think that helps you. Okay. Others are saying my voice is clear. Okay, fantastic. Yeah. So let me give an overview. Okay. So what is that I'm going to teach? That is the focus of this demonstration class, so that you know whether this is the course that you are looking for or you are looking for something else. So in chapter 1, we are going to talk about the different testing techniques and methodologies, which essentially means, see, in software testing, we have a lot of terminologies, lot of techniques to talk about. example, I'll just take a small rough document. I'll start putting it here. See, in software testing, we have something called black box testing, white box testing, gray box testing. So that's one way to classify your testing techniques, right? I'm not going to talk about all these things. I'm just telling you in how many ways we can classify. Then you have something called positive testing. And then you have something called negative testing. That's another way how you can classify software testing. Then you have something called manual testing and then automation testing. That's another way to classify it. Then you have something called constructive testing and destructive testing. That's another way to classify. Constructive testing is your normal manual testing conducted in a positive way. Destructive testing could be your performance testing, load testing, stress testing, endurance testing, and penetration testing. And then another way to talk about this is, I would say, functional testing and non-functional testing. So these are different ways how you can classify your testing activities, right? So chapter 1 focuses on the testing techniques and methodologies, where I will talk about a little bit about all these things, but essentially our chapter 1 and bullet point 1 focuses on functional testing and non-functional testing, which means see, I'm sure everyone is aware of what is functional testing. So functional testing is all about providing some inputs to your application and then validating the output. Something like a black box testing, something like what a manual tester does in their projects. In non-functional testing, we are not worried about the output, right? We are worried about the non-functional aspects, such as how much time the application is taking to get a response from server, or how secure the application is, or how usable the application is, or how secure the application is, or how compatible the application is. So these are certain non-functional characteristics of an application. And the course that we are learning in this, which is accessibility testing, it comes under non-functional testing. Okay, and if I have to define accessibility testing, again, if does it fall under positive or negative testing? The answer is it falls under positive testing. And does it fall under manual testing or automation testing? It comes under both. And does it come under constructive testing or destructive testing? The answer is comes under constructive testing only. And is it black box testing or white box testing or gray box testing? It is a black box testing technique from a QA engineer perspective. If a developer is doing it, it comes under WBT. So these are the terminologies that I'm going to make it clear for you in this one. And the second bullet point, you see, understanding non-functional testing and functional testing. In fact, that's what I was talking about here, right? We need to understand what are the characteristics of non-functionals, what are the characteristics of functional testing. So the little bit of manual testing revision we will do in these 2 bullet points. Then we have,
What is constructive testing?
see, constructive testing is, okay, let me tell you here. So in constructive testing, you are not, whatever testing activity you are carrying out, it won't be doing any harmful thing to your database or to your server. Whereas in destructive testing, whatever testing activity you carry out, there are possibilities that your server can go down, or there are possibilities that your database will be, loaded with lot of dumped with lot of data, which could probably halt the database and disturb the manual testers or real users from accessing the application. So destructive testing is typically conducted when you are doing endurance testing, soak testing, stress testing, load testing, or penetration testing. When you're doing normal functional testing, regression testing, smoke testing, sanity testing, normal automation testing, they do not cause any harm. They do not cause any damage to your server or to your database, because you are not doing a lot of data driven testing there. That's where we use the terminology constructive testing. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then we have definition of usability and what to measure during testing. Now, the essence of this course is not to talk about what is regression testing or functional testing. The first two bullet points talks about little bit so that you come in line with the course expectation. And the third bullet point says one of the non-functional testing we have is usability testing. I'm sure we are all aware of it. Most of the interviews they ask this question, right? What is usability testing? And the answer is like how usable the application is, how fast the application is for the user to achieve an end-to-end flow, or how fast the application is for a business user to complete a business transaction, right? So it's all about something like, if I have to transfer 10 rupees on Google Pay from my account to my friend's number, or from my mobile number to his mobile number, how fast it is pretty simple, right? So nothing but usability. And today we all know that WhatsApp is one of the commonly used chatting application. But is WhatsApp the only chatting application available, or is it the only first chatting application? No, before this we had so many other chatting applications. Yahoo Messenger was one of the first chatting applications, which was very popular, and then Google Talk came, which was also very popular. Then how come Google Talk killed Yahoo Messenger? How come WhatsApp killed Google Talk? How come WhatsApp killed almost everyone in the industry? Because of the usability, right? If I talk about my parents who are not computer professionals, they can still use WhatsApp, right? Now, let's say they do not know English, they cannot type it, but they can still send a voice message wishing someone's, happy birthday, happy new year. They can just press the audio button and then speak and then release it, and the audio message goes off. So that's called as usability. So if your application that you have developed is usable by every type of person, we use the word usability. And that's what this course is also all about. So we'll talk a little bit about usability in this particular point. Okay. And what are the characteristics that you have to measure is also important in usability. For example, in this demonstration class, you are testing Kiran, who is the trainer, whether Kiran is speaking right English, is he speaking something that I can understand, is it explaining what I want. All these are the characteristics that you look at in demo class, and then you take a wise decision. Okay, I have to enroll in this course, or no, I will enroll later, or I will look for some other course, right? So you look at some characteristics in this demo. Similarly, in usability, we look at certain characteristics. We'll talk about them in this point. And importance of usability testing, right? Now, why should a test engineer conduct usability testing? Why is the project manager asking you to conduct usability testing? Why is the client paying money in dollars to an organization to focus on usability testing? Why are the end users interested in usability? Does it impact them? Of course it impacts. Example, Google Talk killed Yahoo Messenger because Google Talk was more usable than Yahoo Messenger. WhatsApp killed Google Talk. Why? Because WhatsApp is more usable. Like I gave one example, that audio button which you can press and then speak and then release and the message goes off, right? So there is definitely an importance for usability testing. We'll focus on what are those importance, what are the characteristics we have in usability testing, and why the companies are willing to pay in dollars to other companies for getting the usability testing conducted. Okay, and this concept of usability testing is not limited. It's so vast that one trainer cannot teach everything. So it's an activity that you have to learn every day. But whatever is essential for us to call that I know accessibility testing, I'm a trained professional, or I'm a specialist, that is what the course will give you. But that is not the end of it. It's a journey. We have to learn on a daily basis as new tools are coming, as new challenges are coming in the industry, right? So one example I can give is, let us say I have to send a message in WhatsApp to one person called Pallavi, and I'm traveling where I do not have internet connectivity. And let's say Pallavi is in some other country, maybe in Canada, so I cannot call her. I have to send a voice message. Oh, sorry, I have to send a message to her in WhatsApp, but I don't have network connectivity. So is it a blocker for me? Actually, no, because I'm traveling, maybe somewhere after a few minutes, few seconds, the network connectivity can be caught, right? So WhatsApp allows you to draft the messages. Earlier, this feature is not there in WhatsApp. I think it's been close to 4 months that I am seeing that you can draft a message in WhatsApp. And WhatsApp allows you to send offline messages as well, which is like 1 year old or 2 year old feature. in WhatsApp, right? Which means WhatsApp is saying that you can still use WhatsApp even if you don't have network connectivity. Is it saying that you cannot use WhatsApp, you cannot draft anything, you cannot send offline message? No. But try with Google Talk, try with Yahoo Messenger. They will say that first you have to log in, and if you don't have internet, you cannot log in. If you cannot log in, you cannot send a message. Which means I cannot send offline messages, I cannot draft the messages in those tools. So somewhere there is a bottleneck in terms of usability in those applications. If you look at Gmail also, I can draft a message and save it for, reserve it for sometime sending later. And then Google said that, hey, Kiran, you might forget to send it, though you drafted it. So why don't you use a scheduled send feature? So you can put an alarm kind of schedule and then say, okay, tomorrow at 3 p.m. in the evening, send a message. That's it. So these applications are making the applications usable for people in different scenarios. The scenario I'm talking right now is network connectivity. Or the scenario I'm talking about is like tomorrow I'm traveling, so I cannot draft an email, but today I will draft it. And then I will do a schedule send. So that's the importance of usability features. And one of the sub testing techniques under usability testing is accessibility testing. Okay, not the only one of the child testing technique under usability is accessibility testing, and that is our course, of course, right? So the word accessibility means, is the application accessible for you, for me, for him, for her, for them, for these, for those, etc., etc. So accessibility testing does not have any difference between genders. Accessibility testing does not have difference between professions. Accessibility testing does not have a difference between human traits, human characteristics. Accessibility testing does not differentiate the network conditions. Simply say, it is like democracy. Everyone can speak, everyone can talk, everyone can hear, everyone can do anything in India. Similarly, accessibility testing says it should be accessible to everyone. When I say everyone, no gender differences, no knowledge differences, no discrimination in terms of educational qualifications, no discrimination in terms of the device that you are using, meaning it could be a smartphone, an iPad, or an Android tablet, or a computer screen, or a television, or some other hardware device. It should be accessible for people with great internet speed or with less internet speed or without internet also. It should be accessible. Now you might say, how can someone access without internet, right? Even I had this question, and in one of the articles I read, in India, most of us, right, you, me, we use UPI payments, unified payment interface, Google Pay, Phone Pay, etc. And we know that without internet you cannot transfer money via GPay, Phone Pay to someone else. But just Google it or YouTube it, you get a video where they say, even if you don't have the internet, if you type a USSD code, something like 121, what Airtel gives, right? So there is a number you have. If you type that number on your phone, and then it will ask you how much money you want to transfer. I will say 10 rupees, mean 10 I will type. To whom you have to transfer, the other guy's mobile number you have to type. And money will be deducted in your account and money will be credited in the other guy's account. So Google Pay, Phone Pay are accessible even if you don't have internet, right? So try out that feature, which is a very wonderful feature that telecom organizations are giving. So it's not a feature coming from Google Pay or Phone Pay. The telecom regulatory authority of India is providing this feature. So that's also an accessibility feature that we have to think. Okay. Then most of the projects in the organizations, it is either a mobile application or the website application, right? So your website application that you have developed, is it accessible? Is it navigatable for all types of people under all types of circumstances? Is what accessibility testing focuses mostly, right? So example, if I say this website, right, Isha Training Solutions. Now if you come and say, Kiran, is this accessible? I just say, okay, yeah, it is accessible because I'm able to scroll down. I can read the text. You can also read the text. You are also able to scroll up and down. So it is accessible, right? That's how we conclude it. But that is not the 100% definition of accessibility testing. Okay. there are 1,000 other ways to confirm whether the website is accessible or not. Like one way I will show you. I'm not saying that it is not at all accessible. It is accessible, but on a scale of 100, if I have to give the marks, maybe I will give it as like 30 or 40 only. Why am I not giving the remaining 60 marks? Because it has certain drawbacks which every website owner will not consider, because it is a costly activity, time consuming activity. But why should I give 30 or 40? Is it a blind number, random number I'm giving? No. Based on my knowledge, based on what I can sense directly by looking at the website, I can tell. One, I can communicate with them over WhatsApp when I click on this WhatsApp icon. So they made it accessible so that they can immediately reach out to their technical team or customer support team. So in a way, they made it accessible immediately, because let's say, Pallavi says, hey Kiran, I wanted to enroll in this course. I was going through your website. How should I contact you? She does not ask me also, because she can see WhatsApp icon and people know if you type here, they can get in touch. Okay, that's one. Two, you see on the top right question, on the top left corner, I have this have any questions, and then there is a mobile number. And that mobile number is not just a normal mobile number. It's not just printed. If you click on it, you see it is saying, should I take you to some other dialer? I mean, since it is a browser on my computer, I'm getting this. If you open this website on your smartphone browser and click on this mobile number, it will directly open it on your dialer, and directly you can make a phone call to this person. And if you click on this email address, directly it will open the email client. Like you see, I'm able to see the email clients. Do it on your smartphone, it will open directly your Gmail, whatever you have configured, right? So in these three ways, they made it accessible. Am I clear to everyone until this point, whatever I'm explaining to you guys?
Yes, Kiran.
Okay. Yeah, then so there are so many pointers. I may not be able to explain everything right away, but I'm just giving you context of how the training will be, what features we're going to talk about. So we will look at a lot of accessibility testing techniques for the website applications. So there are so many testing techniques that I'm going to talk about. And guys, go on mute. There's some disturbance. Rana, I'll mute you. Yeah. So in this course, we will learn the different testing techniques that we have to keep in mind while doing accessibility testing. Okay, meaning there are sub techniques, so we cannot talk about them now because it will blow up the time again. Few of them I'll try to explain, and how to optimize the use of color to enhance accessibility. Right. So if I look at this website, and if I take the opinion of any one person, right? Let's say I'm taking the opinion of Ashish. And Ashish says, yeah, Kiran, I'm able to read everything, so it looks good, right? Now, how many of you say that you are able to read these things? Home, performance testing, automation testing. I hope all of you are saying definitely 900% you will say we can read it. But when I mouse over on performance testing, you see a sub menu. When I mouse over on anything, you see another sub menu. How many of you think that these sub menus are readable? Under automation testing, performance testing, APM tools, cloud courses. Of course, it is readable to Kiran. It might be readable to Ashish, might be readable to someone else like you, but it is readable, visible to eyes only for few people. There are at least 20% of the people in the world who cannot see this light color, light brown color, or light ash color. I think not even brown, light ash color. So this is one complaint we will have from accessibility testing. Okay, meaning it's a bug, I would say. Now, as a manual tester, we say, hey, the options are there, visible, no spelling mistakes. But I'm talking about, is the color used correct or incorrect? Which colors are good, which colors are not good? Few we can tell with practice, few we can tell directly when you visibly see with your eyes. Three, you can tell when you use some automation tools in accessibility testing. So based on my knowledge, my way of grasping things, I would say that the submenus are not good. Not good in the sense the color used by my team in the submenus are not acceptable for accessibility testing purpose. Reason, it is very light, may not be visible to some percentage of people, and I'm worried only about that percentage of people who cannot see it properly, because my application should be visible, should be accessible for every person in this planet, because you do not know, I might get business from that 10% people only, and I might lose currently if they don't read it properly, right? So that is one topic we are going to talk about, like, how do you understand the color contrast. Color contrast is nothing but the combination of background color and the front end color. Okay, like if you see my document, the background is white, and the foreground, meaning with what text, with what color I wrote the pointers or the chapter bullet points, black color. So the color contrast here is white and black or black and white. So black and white is a very hit combination, everyone can read it, because white reflects lot of light and black on top of it is pretty much visible, right? So that kind of concepts we will discuss in this topic. And then you have guidelines for creating images and non-text elements. Now what this point says is, so okay, can one of you please unmute and tell me, what do you see on the top, sorry, what do you see at the bottom right corner on my website?
Chat option.
Okay, and what is the name of that?
Name is not visible here. Maybe while using screen reader, it will read the area
Correct.
label.
Yeah, otherwise you know that it's a WhatsApp icon, right? It's a WhatsApp icon that we can see. But what if there are people, so let us talk about two types of people. Type 1, they have never used WhatsApp in their life, so they will never know what is that. Type 2, people who cannot see. So people who cannot see, but they still have the rights to use internet, right? And they can still access this website. When they take their mouse, when they hover the mouse around this WhatsApp icon, this application, this icon should read out that you are currently hovering your mouse around WhatsApp. It's a chatting application. So someone should start speaking like a mentor, like a teacher. So that concept present in this application? That is what we have to figure out in this thing. So every image that you use on the website should tell what is that image all about. Okay, just like in
One
your
quick question. Are you talking about the alternative text for the images and videos here?
yes, alt text, that is correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So another example is like, see, most of you are corporate employees, and when you step into your organization, into your office, in the campus, you have an ID card, right? Now, why do you think I should have an ID card when people know me that I'm an employee of that company? It's not that only at the entry gate you should have ID card. Even in your office, inside your office, when you are sitting in your cabin or on your chair, you should still wear your ID card. Why? Because there could be a client, there could be someone visiting your office, maybe a new employee or a someone else might be visiting. So how can they address you without knowing your name? They look at your ID card, right? And then they say, okay, Mr. Kiran, I have this question for you. Well, I'm from the client team, and that's how they start the conversation. No one likes to say, hey, what is your name? Because that's another purpose why ID card is also present in an organization. Most of us don't agree with this example, but that's the purpose. Okay, meaning your ID card is also helping unknown people to take your name and talk to you, right? And you feel happy, right, when someone says, when they look at your ID card and then say, okay, Mr. Kiran, and then they introduce themselves, so you are getting the respect over there. So your ID card is acting as an alternative text, which is telling you the title of you, the name of you. That's what I'm talking about when you are mouse hovering on your website, maybe on an image or a banner or a video. Okay, and we will, of course, the this chapter focuses on various accessible testing tools and the assistive technologies. Now when I say assistive technologies, it is like a tool that will tell you automatically what is the color contrast used, what is the uh, the alt text used against a banner or an image or an icon, or the assist tool could read the text and voice it out, or the assistive technology tool will write a text if you start speaking. So the tool becomes your assistant and it will do the work for you. Okay, because there are different types of people in the world and we have to cater to different mindset people, to different characteristics, mindsets of people. Okay, and we will look at how the assistive technologies works with your browser based applications. So there are certain assistive tools that you can download from Chrome web store or Firefox web store and install it directly on the browsers, and there are certain plugins which you can certain software applications which are free that you can download and install it on your Windows operating system. Okay. Okay, this is what I have in this particular chapter. Most of it will be like theory. Of course, practicals are also there. Do not worry about that. I'll take a small pause here. Any questions?
Hi, Kiran. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, Afik. You can go ahead.
Kiran, just one quick query. So I'm performance tester as of now. Is it feasible to transition completely into accessibility testing since it is also NFT? So from performance testing, or like how are we gonna make our career in this, like for a completely new person?
I'm sorry. I think your voice is little disturbed as long as I can hear. Others, can you
Okay.
hear what Afik had said, or is it only me?
Am I audible now, Kiran?
No, you're audible, but your voice is like little jumping and breaking. If you don't mind, can you put the question on the chat?
Yeah, just a moment.
Yeah,
Let me
please
know
put
if
it on
I'm
the chat.
audible now properly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please
can
type
I
it on the
can I?
chat.
Okay, fine.
No, your voice is still breaking, so please put it on the chat.
Can you hear me, Kiran?
Yeah, I do hear.
Yeah, Dev here. Kiran, just couple of things. I think I've posted my questions. Just wanting to understand that how will be the scope. I think I am just trying to reiterate what the other focusers was asking. And second thing is, how does it actually happen? This accessibility testing and what are all tools that we use? If you can give some idea about that or coverage on that, because it's pretty new for me at least.
Oh, sure. I'll answer your questions there. So coming to the tools, you'll get an answer in the next 5 minutes. That is what my chapter 2 will talk about. Coming to the scope of accessibility testing, in the course, we will focus on the web-based applications and how accessibility will be conducted for them. And coming to the first question, how accessibility testing happens. So this accessibility testing can happen either in manual format or through automation tool format. And our course will cover both of them, which means directly the browser only will tell you some clues, what are the accessibility issues you have, and some automation tools are also there in place. You don't have to write any code in accessibility testing. The tools are kind of plug and play tools, and they will tell you all types of accessibility issues that we have. And for every issue we find, we'll start deep diving to understand what the tool is commenting and what should I understand based on that, so that I can go back to my developer and help him understand the problem. So if you bear me for another few minutes, you'll get few more answers.
Got it. Got it. Actually, regarding the scope thing, I was asking like scope in the industry. I mean to say, how many companies do you? It's actually been used, and for any of the organization, how this can be actually perceived. In that way, I was asking about the scope.
Okay. See, I would say 60% of the organizations who are doing software delivery for their clients, they don't go through accessibility testing. Okay, the reason is, I'll tell you. There are multiple reasons why most of the companies are not going through accessibility testing. Reason one, it's a very costly affair. Reason two, the required skill is not there in the market. Reason three, The client is not focusing on getting the accessibility testing conducted because it is not important for his business. Four, uh, most of the accessibility testing tools are commercial tools because commercial tools offers a lot of spectrum or a lot of a gamut of possibilities for accessibility, which are very costly in fact. But open source tools are also equally there, and few organizations do not go with open source tools because of security reasons. So from a scope perspective, my experience is that 60% of the companies don't even opt for it. And that doesn't mean that it is least important. 40% of the companies are going through accessibility testing. That itself is a very huge chunk because they wanted their applications to be used by everyone. Like if you look at WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and for those people who are in India, we have quick commerce, Swiggy, Zomato, the food delivery apps, on the bike or cab taxi related apps, Uber, Ola. All these apps have gone through accessibility testing. So another way to answer the scope is, so if I say that, hey Kiran, I have a project, should I go through accessibility testing or should I not go through? My simple answer as a normal test engineer would be, is it a B2B application, business to business, or a B2C, business to consumer? Meaning, is your application being used by just a corporate company and that's it? Meaning only an enterprise organization uses that product? If that is the answer, accessibility testing is not that important, you can ignore it. And when you say, no, my application will be used by the real users in the world, like Kiran will use it, Dev will use it, Venkat will use it, Rajesh will use it, Pallavi, Sravanti, everyone will use it. Every normal human being will use it across the nook and corner of this world. Then I would say accessibility testing should be conducted. Okay. Another way to answer is, third question, maybe you are satisfied with this. Third way to answer is, what is your consumer base for the product you have developed? Let us say in the world we have only 100 people. How many people are going to use your product? If you say like only 5% of the people, like only 5 people are using it, then ignore accessibility testing. But if you say no, major chunk of population will use it because it is something everyone has to use it to survive or to get their business done or to get their things happening. Like 40% of the people will use it. If you think 40% is a very huge number, go for accessibility testing. Now, if I take an example of WhatsApp, now is WhatsApp an enterprise application or a consumer application? I would say consumer application because I use it, you use it. So accessibility testing has to be conducted. Second question, is it meant for 2% of people in the world or like maximum percentage? My answer is like maximum percentage of people are using it in the world. Like no country has banned it to my knowledge. Of course, there are competition apps like a Telegram and other things in China, Japan. But still, I would say 40% of the people on this planet are using WhatsApp. And if I say, can Kiran survive without WhatsApp? Yeah, I can survive. But professionally, I need it. Personally, I can survive for sure. But professionally, I need access to WhatsApp because I talk to my students, I talk to my clients on WhatsApp, I get new business on WhatsApp. Uh, right? So WhatsApp is essential for me, at least on a professional note. So it has to go through accessibility testing. So these are the ways how you can determine the scope in terms of should I do it, should I not do it. Hope that answers question. Okay, now the question from Afek is, I'm a performance tester, so do I need to completely transition my profile into accessibility, or how we gonna make a career into this? Is it part of performance testing or is it complete different kind of testing? What are the job opportunities? Okay, good one, Afek. So point one, performance testing is different, accessibility testing is different. The common traits of performance and accessibility is both comes under non-functional testing, but both are different. Okay, performance testing focuses on the scalability aspect of your applications, whereas accessibility focus on the usability aspect of the application. So both are different. And when it comes to transitioning completely, I don't think so you have to even use the word should I completely transition my profile. Not at all needed. This should be treated as a add-on skill to your profile. Okay, accessibility is a plus skill to your profile. You can continue to work in performance testing, but say that I'm also good in accessibility testing. Okay, you don't have to transition your profile. Usually people say I'm transitioning from manual testing to automation testing. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm transitioning from developer role to test engineer's role, or test engineer role to developer role. That makes sense. But performance testing role to accessibility testing role, it does not make sense, because you don't have to do that. And it is not like unlearning performance testing. Performance testing is very good skill. I would recommend you to continue on that line. Don't break it. Accessibility is like another feather in your cap. Okay. And coming to the opportunities for accessibility, I would say outside India you have fabulous opportunities. Again, I'm not commenting that people in India should not learn this course. I'm just doing a comparison. People in United States.
Hello. Anybody can hear Kiran? I think I lost him.
No, even I can't. Kiran, I think
No,
your voice is not audible, Kiran.
we lost, I think. Yeah.
I think we need to type message.
Products that work in India, even if accessibility testing is not part of it, your government is not going to stop it. But in Europe, government can
Hello,
stop.
hello, Kiran.
Yes, Rajesh.
I think we lost you in between. Can you please repeat? Yeah.
Okay. So the question is like, what are the job opportunities for accessibility? And my answer is like, in countries like Europe, where government has very strict laws on the usage of the applications by every user, accessibility testing plays a very significant role. In India, our government does not have such rules on accessibility. So even if your application is not accessible by 10% of people in India, government does not stop it. You can still release it in Indian market. So the job opportunities for accessibility is more in United Kingdom, Europe, United States, and other countries as compared to India. But trust me, it is a very good skill in the market. Reason is, not many people are aware of this topic. Not many people are not even having the basic knowledge around it. So when you don't have specialist in accessibility testing, even if you're a beginner in accessibility testing, you will be treated exceptionally great by your organizations, because you can do something, if not nothing. I hope that answers your question, Afek and Rajesh.
Yes, Kiran. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yep. Okay, question from Jennifer. Are you going to cover accessibility testing for websites and mobile apps for iOS, Android? So Jennifer, this course is meant only for web applications. I'm not touching mobile apps. But what I can say is the learnings you have for website are same even for mobile applications. Okay, it's just that the tool will differ there, but the knowledge you are gaining is equally applicable for websites and mobile apps. Question from Ravi. There is a good scope. Since 1 year, many recruiters ask me, I lost many jobs as I do not have accessibility testing skill set. So I'm here, searched a lot who could train accessibility testing. Okay, thank you, Ravi, for that message. I think that goes same as what I was teaching. So that's a +1 for all you guys to prove my point. Okay, cool. So let's come back to my chapter 2 or day 2, whatever. So we are going to test. So accessibility testing.
Kiran, I have one quick question.
Yes.
Actually, we have write the test cases for other things, right? So how we can write the test cases for accessibility testing? That's my curiosity.
Okay, so I'll answer it. We can write test cases for accessibility testing. Okay, that is we can write. Second
Okay.
point, we should write test cases for accessibility testing. Third point, there are a lot of reusable general test cases for accessibility testing, which I have already written. I'll just show you my notes here.
Okay.
You can see here my notes. This is what I'm going to share with you. It's a document I have prepared on my own. In fact, it's a document I'm still writing. There is another, I mean, this is a new version of my document, but if I take you to my drive, you will see, right? Let me answer that question. So here you see checklist and test cases. This is something that I have been using. So these are my checklist. can see here, which will help you to write test cases. In fact, see, I'm going to share these documents, and it's not just sharing the document. You will understand what I'm sharing is what I'm speaking in the course. Then you have another checklist here, which will help you to work on test cases. I have already written some reusable test cases. Reusable in the sense you can read it. If you understood it, it's applicable for your project, copy paste it directly.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I have close to 37 test cases, and the tools that are available in the market, I'm preparing a list here. I have written some tools over here, and you can see few more tools here, and what is the tool associated with, like what accessibility feature this tool will help you. So this document is what I am going to share with all of you guys. So accessibility testing is not for one or two users. You do accessibility testing keeping in mind the real people in the world. Okay.
So, Kiran, a quick question from me. This is YD here. So, we are saying like accessibility testing. In similar way, do the developers also need a specialized skill for this to set up the application accordingly as an accessible one, or it's they have use a special separate tool similar to a Java or something like that? They have their own tool to set up these accessibility features.
Yes. So accessibility testing should be conducted by you, and the developers also should consider the HTML web design according to accessibility standards. That's where an industry called WCAG comes into picture. That's where something called ARIA web rules come into picture. So developers has to follow those standards, those norms when they design the website or when they design the front end web application. They cannot simply write a code, okay, I'm giving a login button, if you click on login you'll be logged in.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Guys, am I audible? Vaidi?
Yes, now you're audible.
Okay.
Yeah, just now you are audible. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was speaking and then the mic went on mute automatically. And whenever you don't hear me, just put a message on the chat. Okay, I think you're doing it. Okay, so I'm answering why your question. So developers have certain standards which they have to follow according to WCAG, WCAG guidelines. And while designing the HTML web pages, they have something called ARIA, ARIA. ARIA rules are also there. So they have to keep all these things in mind while developing the front end web application to meet accessibility standards. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah. So we are also going to build a lot of test cases for accessibility. And in this course, you will understand how different people can use the application. Meaning every person has some or the other disabilities, right? Few people can see, few cannot see. Few can use the mouse, few cannot use the mouse. Few can type, few cannot type. Few are good in computers, few are not good with computers. Few can see all colors, others cannot see all colors. So how your application caters to all types of people who have different disabilities. That's what accessibility testing focuses on, and we'll talk about that using the assistive technologies that we have. We'll talk about a couple of screen readers as well. And for the question that Vaidi asked, we have this WCAG, which is called Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, which is called as WCAG, Web Content Guidelines. We're going to talk about these web content guidelines. It is a kind of theoretical document.
Kiran, can you please add 2.2 standard as well for the WCH? Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Kiran, are you talking?
Yeah, can you hear me now? I'm just on mute.
Hi,
Yeah.
Kiran. Can you please add 2.2 standard as well for the WCAG? You added 2.0 and 2.1.
Sorry, what is that you're asking me to add?
2.2 standard for the WCAG. You added 2.0 and 2.1. Can you please add one more standard 2.2 for the
Okay.
explanation?
Yeah, the latest only will take.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Kiran, one quick query. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, Vaidhi, you're audible.
But I think Kiran is not responding. Hello, Kiran. Am I audible to you?
One small. Yeah, I think I'm back again. There is a small audio issue. Again, it's an accessibility issue if you observe it. Yeah, I was talking about the tools. I hope I'm audible now to everyone.
Yeah. You're audible now, Kiran.
Yeah.
Kiran, one just quick query. Apart this side, in this accessibility testing, do we also need to have a coding experience kind of thing? Like, is this something any
No,
automation kind of thing also in this while creating the test cases or maybe a test script?
not needed, Afik. We don't have to do any kind of programming language here. No coding. It's all configuration.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. And all the tools that I have highlighted here, or I'm going to explain, they're all configuration based tools.
Okay. Thank you. Makes
So,
sense.
yeah. So these are a few of the topics, guys, that I'm going to talk. And this would be, I would definitely say that this is not an exhaustive list because I said accessibility testing is a very big topic to cover. But whatever is essential for you, for me to tell that we know accessibility testing, I am a specialist. This course will make you that specialist guy because this course is not theory. It's theory plus practicals, more of practicals, less of theory. And yeah, to conclude the demonstration class today, I would like to repeat that this class is from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST, same timings. It will not change, Monday to Friday. And this course is for 1 month. And you will get notes from me, the material from me via Google Drive immediately after your enrollment is completed. Two, you will get the recordings of everyday class from my team on a daily basis. And the videos are accessible lifetime to you guys. Okay. And after the course, if you have any questions like confusions, you can always consult our team and we will definitely be supporting to you guys in terms of answering your queries, like helping you on an interview process or helping you with some challenge that you have in accessibility testing. Me or my team will be there to support you even after 6 months of the course completion. So it's not that we diverse you after the course is completed. You can always get in touch with us anytime. Yeah.
So Kiran, once the course is completed, how many years we can put an experience? Like, actually, I'm working in a software and testing industry only. So it's just a curiosity. Like, once course is completed, like, can I put 2 years
Okay.
or 3 years in that one, or how?
Okay, so I would recommend you not to put more years of experience in accessibility. The reason is the expectations will increase when you put more years of experience in a rare skill set called accessibility testing. I would not recommend you to put more than 2 years.
Okay.
1 year is safe. You can crack the interview for sure. But the moment you said 3 years, my expectation will increase on you, saying, okay, now that you have done for 3 years, let me ask you a difficult question. So you are ruining your chances there. So go somewhere between 1 to 2 years.
Okay, Kiran. Okay.
Kiran, but like if
Question,
you
Kiran.
put like 1 year or 2 years, like do we get calls?
Yes, definitely.
Normally, like they will be expecting like 3 years relevant experience at least, right? Normally, if you go for manual testing or automation or performance anything. So is it okay if 1 year is fine?
Yeah, see, because apart from this, you're also putting some other experience, right? If you're already working, maybe you'll have some manual testing experience, some other automation testing or performance testing. You are adding only 1 year of your experience for accessibility testing. You're not saying that throughout your career you're working only in accessibility.
Okay. And one more question is like you said, like we are using the open source tools, right, for practice purpose. And while explaining, you said like some companies don't prefer like open source tools. They will be using the like paid tools or something like that. So in that case, if we sign on these open source tools, hello.
Yeah, I'm okay. I got your question. So,
Yeah, yeah.
see, which companies do not encourage open source tools? If that is the question, my answer is all those companies which are in financial sector like JP Morgan Chase, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Citibank, these kind of organizations where security is a very top priority for them, they don't encourage open source tools unless their internal security team conducts an audit and they guarantee that this software is safe for our employees to download and install it. But 80% of the companies, right, in the market, if you see, they encourage open source tools because it is a cost cutting exercise for them, that they are saving budget for them, right? Forget about accessibility testing. I'm talking about regular Selenium, Jmeter, or any other open source softwares. Almost every company is using open source softwares. They cannot avoid it 100%. They need to evaluate internally before they say, okay, now you can use it.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Kiran, I have one quick question. Is this course sufficient for the DHS trusted and IAP certifications?
Sorry, say that again.
Is this course sufficient to do DHS trusted or IAAP certifications like WAS or CPACC?
It won't be sufficient. You have to still practice after the course is completed because the
Okay.
WCAG guidelines has to be
Mhm.
extensively read by you again.
Yes, but there are around 70 to 74 guidelines.
Correct. So we cannot do all those guidelines in this course because it takes a lot of time. So we will take few
Mhm.
guidelines and I will give you a synopsis of how that guideline has to be tested against a given web-based application so that you get comfortable and confident on how to use the remaining ones. So once you practice the rest of the ones on your own and you feel confident, then only you have to go for certification. And I'm sure, and I'm telling it for everyone, it's a disclaimer, this course will not guarantee you that you will get a certified. You will get certified for the course, that for the certification that Pallavi is talking about. You have to do your homework on top of it. Even if I'm teaching you manual testing, let's say ISTQB foundation, I won't guarantee you because this course will make you ready for it, but you have to do some more preparation before you go apply for certification. But you are on the path to get certified provided you practice. That's something I have.
Okay, and can you please elaborate or just give one or two line explanation for the section 508 and ADA? Actually, I'm a bit confused with both laws, so that is why I'm asking this question here. Are you there, Kiran? Hello,
Hello, can
am I
you?
audible?
Yeah, I got you back. I'm sorry, guys. There is some audio issue I'm seeing here with GoToMeeting. I have to restart it probably, but that's okay. Yeah, Pallavi, I answered your question. I'm not sure if you heard me or should I repeat it?
No, actually, we lost you for the question was 508, section 508 and ADA, 1 to 2 line difference between both.
Okay, okay. So probably when I'm teaching you the 2.2 WCAG guidelines, I'll answer that question. Okay.
Okay, and what is the starting date for this course?
It started from today.
Okay.
Tomorrow will be session, right, Kiran?
I presume we again lost him, I believe. So there seems to be a lot of issues.
Tomorrow onwards, the live classes will start, Pallavi. I'm sorry, I think my voice was breaking again there.
Sure, I'll connect with your support team for the fee structure.
Kiran, like,
Jennifer, I read your question. The answer is yes. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Please ask me questions and put
yeah.
your
So
question
Kiran,
on the
like,
chat.
what are the tools we are going to while during the course? What are the tools we are going to go through the course? Actually, different tools we are going to use.
Yeah, there are multiple tools, Vaidi here. Lighthouse is a tool. Axe is a tool that we are going to use. JAWS screen reader is there. Some Chrome plugins are there. We are going to use those tools as well. Then color contrast checker is there. NVDA is there. Tally is there. Andy is there. So many tools are there. It's there on our website, and I'm just putting it on the chat as well at the bottom. Just copy it and put it on a notepad, and then you'll get an answer. These are few of the tools I'm going to use, not the only set of tools.
Okay. From this list, you will be using only few of the tools, right?
No. Whatever I gave you, everything. Apart from this, I
Okay.
might take few more also.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and one of my friend who is working in automation, has said that we still do an automation for the accessibility. We have an Axe library, separate library file, where we can include that in the Selenium, and the Selenium can run the accessibility testing. Is it possible? Like, do you have any idea on that part, Kiran?
Yes, it is pretty much possible, Vaidi. Lot of such
Okay.
frameworks are there. Java frameworks are there. JUnit frameworks are there. Your Selenium tester can reuse it. Your developer also can use it while doing unit testing.
So whether we will be going through those part also in our training module?
I can take an exercise of that. Should not be a problem. But you should be good in Selenium for you to understand that concept. But if you say I'm not good in Selenium, even if I do it, it is going to be a bouncer for you.
Okay.
Because this course will not teach you Selenium, right? It's a prerequisite. If you come with Selenium background, Java writing, whatever I can show you, that will make you feel, okay, I understood it. But if you don't know
Okay.
Java,
But
if you don't know Selenium, then this becomes a kind of a scary factor for you or for someone else.
yeah, I completely agree that. So if that is the case, like, I know that this course doesn't have a prerequisite of a Selenium, but if that is the case, then if some people have Selenium knowledge, can you share some of the videos so that the people who have the Selenium required knowledge, can use that in their projects accordingly?
Yeah, that I can do it. Not a problem.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So currently we are actually in my project, some of the tools we are using actually, whatever you said, but I want to make it as an automated one. That's the reason I just want to check.
Sure. Question is very
Yeah.
good. I encourage such questions and definitely will do it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I hope I have answered most of the questions. I think there is one more question from Ravi. At a later date soon, will you consider connecting weekend classes? Weekdays not possible for me being in Canada. I'll have to see, Ravi. I cannot assure you for now because uh, most of the students, they don't opt for weekend sessions, and unless I have a huge chunk of participants, I do not start on weekends. But right now I have a solution for you, which is like you can purchase the live classes recordings. Every day I'm teaching, you get a video immediately. You can go through them on a daily basis or on the weekends. But we can catch up, right? I mean, you can catch up with me sometime to say, okay, Kiran, can we reserve 30 minutes of yours, and I have these 10 questions. That way I can help you probably. Okay, Jennifer says 1 hour is for training. Will you give extra minutes after the class if you have questions? Okay, so Jennifer, the answer is during the beginning of the class, you will have 5 minutes to ask me questions or 10 minutes to ask me questions. During the session, you will have time to ask me questions. During the closure of the class, you will have you can ask me questions. Anytime in that 1 hour, you can ask me questions, and I'm here to answer them. I will never stop anyone from asking questions. And your practice will start only after 1 hour of session is completed, meaning after the training. So I will not be available after 1 hour. We will close the call in 1 hour, and you can practice it outside the classes, and the next day you can come back and ask us questions. Okay, so anytime anyone has a question, it is my job to answer you, to help you during that 1 hour. I hope that answers your question. Okay, how about the rest of the folks? I hope everyone has got some clarity on what I teach and the way, on the style that I'm going to teach. If you have any questions related to other stuff, please get in touch with my customer support team or technical team. They'll definitely guide you. And the training starts from tomorrow itself. If you are interested, please enroll. Okay, thank you very much for your extended time today. I hope you loved the session. And we will share the recording of this class to you on the WhatsApp group that you are present.